Okay, I've got a little bun project initialized here. I've installed AI SDK OpenAI, and I've also installed AI and Zod. In this images folder, I've got some images that are pictures of books, and I've got one that is definitely not a book. I'm going to import, generate text from AI, create OpenAI from the AI SDK. I'm going to import read file from FS promises. We're going to set up our SDK here. And into that, we're going to pass our base URL. I'm just using Ollama 434/v1. And while it's required for the creation of this object, Ollama doesn't require a key. Okay, so there's that guy. Now what we're going to do is set up our agent. I'm going to call it reader. It's going to be an async function. And into that, it's going to have an input. I'm going to go ahead and type that up here. Call it reader input. That's an image. That is a string. So we're going to set up our text response this first time through. It's going to be await, generate text. Set up our model, which is going to be our Llama server with, I'm going to be using Lava latest. You can use whatever you want. That happens to be a vision model. And then we're going to have our messages. So that's going to be an array. Our first object here is going to have a role. It's going to be user. And then it's going to have an array of content. Our first one is going to have a type of text, and then I'll have a text key. I'm going to drop that in here in just a second. Then we're going to have one more. It's going to be a type of image. And then its image value is going to be input.image. So that's going to be our base 64 encoded image. So what I've got here is analyze this image and return a JSON object with these exact keys. Image contains book, does it contain a book or not, the author, and the title. And then return only the JSON object. So I'm really trying here to get it to just give me what I want. And then outside of all of this, we're going to return the text. Okay, so now we're going to try to use this guy. So we're going to read our image. Say const image is equal to await read file. We'll just grab our first one. So that was book1.jpg. And this is from promises. So we'll say then, say data, and then we'll return data.toString. And we'll base 64 encode that guy. So now we'll say our result is going to be await reader. And we're just going to pass in our image. So I'm hoping that what we get back is JSON. So I'm going to try to parse that. And I think that's everything. So we're going to go ahead and run this guy. And of course we got, well, actually it's complaining about the book. So images, clear that out, run it one more time. And what we're getting is that it cannot parse whatever we got back. So if I log out what the result was, it's trying to return it as Markdown, and we can futz with that. But what we're going to do is we are going to grab from AI, we're going to grab this output guy. Then we're going to come down here on our generate text, and we're going to add another key here, and it's going to be called output, and it is going to be output.object. And then what that needs is a schema. So we're going to create that now. And for that, I'm going to bring in Z from Zod. So we're going to create our schema. It's going to be Z.object. This is going to have our image contains book as a Boolean. It's going to have our title. And we're going to say that that is nullable because we do have our book that's not a book. And then author will say the same. So now we've got our schema. And now if we try this, so it looks like actual JSON now. I could probably parse that. Yeah, so that actually works. And if we try not a book, yep, that works. I'll clear that out. Now, the cool thing is, rather than getting the text out of this, we can actually get this output result. So we'll come down here and say return the output. And what's immediately going to happen is this is going to throw an error because we're trying to parse something that's already defined as an object in our schema. So come here and say book 1, save that. And I'm no longer having to parse it. I'm just getting back my JavaScript object, my JSON. Now, there is potential that you don't actually need this prompt, but I will say it definitely helps. So let's give this a try really quick. And it's not that bad, but again, it's kind of confusing. So this prompt is still useful, but we do want to get that direct JSON output.